Lollyho! So I finished the main story for Shadowbringers 5 days after early access. I was there at launch and both my wife MrsStix and I took a whole week off work to play it. Neither of us have ever been there for the launch of an expansion, so this was a first for us. We'd expected a lot of downtime, a lot of lags, errors, crashes, and what you'd generally expect out of an expansion's launch, but honestly, with the exception of a few hiccups, it went along pretty well. Kudos to Square Enix for making the last week worth it. Now, to preface this entire thing, I am going to say that I will do my utmost to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for going on 7 months, maybe a little over 7 months now, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. I even went as far as releasing a video titled Final Fantasy XIV is the best MMORPG right now, which has garnered well over 300,000 views. As of recording this currently, that could not be any more true. I cannot express how amazing Shadowbringers has been. I played A Realm Reborn about 6 months before Heavensward released, and then I dabbled in Heavensward somewhat around 6 months after its release, but I don't know, I didn't really play it full time as a main game until 7 months ago, and that was because I was preoccupied with WoW. I know that the base game, aka the level 1 through 50, can be a little tedious to get through, especially with all the subsequent patches. But without playing through the story, you won't fully understand what's going on. I mean, as an example here, Ilbert's fate is only satisfying if you know the history of the game and how he, along with certain other characters, relate to the current story. And I know some people might pay to skip content or complain that the game sucks due to a lack of patience or understanding, but trust me, the development you see across the course of the game, especially moving into Shadowbringers, is pretty damn incredible. I did not think I could be this moved by an MMO. I played through Heavensward, which had a fantastic story, then I moved through Stormblood, which was admittedly a little slower to start up, but finished at peak hype levels for me. So moving into Shadowbringers, I expected it to start off slowly and build up over the course of the game and subsequent patches, but boy was I wrong. Not only have I never been moved to this extent by an MMO, I would never have guessed it was possible to tell such a deep, rich, compelling story in the form of just an expansion for an MMO. Natsuko Ishikawa, you have truly outdone yourself. You have told one of the most amazing stories in a Final Fantasy game since, the franchise was released, and the Reddit thread thanking you is proof that a lot of people actually agree with the sentiment. Of course, we wouldn't have been nearly as moved had the voice acting not been the quality that it was, and the music? Man, Masayoshi Soken, you sir are a musical genius. The leveling experience has been an absolute blast. There has been so much content to consume, so much voice acting, so much emotion, and at the same time, so many laugh out loud moments. Each and every area has been absolutely packed with what seems like an endless supply of players. Every single fate that spawned had upwards of 20 people participating in it. People were just everywhere, doing every single thing you could think of. It was unreal. I know that due to the release of the Gunbreaker class, queues for tanks have been quite, significantly different to what we're used to, but thankfully, MrsStix mains a white mage and healers are currently in demand. This allows for tanks like myself to skip through to the front of the queue and get right into what I need to do. I will admit that I was a little taken aback by not only how beautiful the world was, but how beautifully crafted the dungeons themselves were. We're quite the dungeon whores in this family. We love grinding outfits, we love grinding gear. Part of the journey to us is the grind, so seeing how detailed each and every one of them was, oof. I swear, and this is no joke, that we've run each level 80 dungeon at least 10 times now to almost fully fill us out in item level 440 gear. That way we can begin running the extreme mode 8-player raids we've been looking forward to without dragging down our teams. I could say so much about Shadowbringers. It is by far the very best incarnation of the game to have existed for me thus far. The world that they built is beautiful. I ended up not wanting to go back to the source at the end because I just fell so in love with the first. I'll admit that at first the pruning of my skills concerned me. I found it a little difficult to acclimate to a new style of warrior without having my "oh shit, I'm dying, pop self-heals" button. But I have gotten used to how this plays and I am still in the process of learning. MrsStix, on the other hand, loves white mage right now and doesn't want it to change, even though healers will probably see a small nerf in the future. I couldn't have thought of a better story to be told, a better villain to grace our screens, a better end to another chapter. I know that the following patches that lead us back through the source and to our ultimate enemy will be good, but I just don't think that they'll be as good, honestly, as what we've had the pleasure of playing through thus far. So while I do plan on playing Final Fantasy XIV pretty much indefinitely going forward into the future, I would like to say thank you to the team behind the game. You have made this into something amazing, and I hope for the continued success of the MMO. What do you guys think of the expansion, of the villain, of what we're at in the story right now? Let me know in the comments below so I have something to read through over the course of the next week. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.
Take it